Hello everyone. So let's just start from the place where we left. So we left at index. So we were able to complete the other parts in the previous session. So we'll try to cover as many as we can, starting from index. So index, as the name suggests, gives you the index number of the variable. So for working of on system.info.exe, what I've done is I've used import system and what this would be doing is this would be giving us any error message which I'm trying to do here. But let's just start first with the index and then I'll come back to it. So we have just considered taking the original text of underscore m my str. So the value of my str is it is a beautiful day, and then we are trying to find a position of a and position of it in it, and we find that a is at position 6, whereas if we put in it doesn't, it's at position 0, so that's where it says position 0. So the positioning starts from 0. So what after that, what I did was I placed in 5 colon in my str, so it will be starting from the position 5th, right? So it will be showing you the complete text starting from the position 5th to the end, and that's what we get there. So index of it in 5, and the characters which are being displayed by this is a beautiful day. And then what we are doing is it is not found, and when it is not found it gives you an error, and that's what I'm trying to cover in this try and exempt method. And in order to write down the error message, I've imported this SIS package or module, and then I'm showing you the error. So here it says substring not found. So that's one issue with the index, that if the index doesn't find the string which you're looking forward for, it gives you an error. It never says it's not found, but it gives you an error. The next thing that we are talking about is RIndex. RIndex is just doing what index does, but it takes the value from the right. So it searches for A and it gives you the position of the first A, which it finds from the right side rather than giving it from the left, which the index does. So if you see here, the position index of A is 19 when we are using the RIndex, or yes, when we are using the RIndex in the same string. Similarly, I have done the similar kind of a thing where I'm talking about finding the day, and it gives me the answer for day as well, which is 19, which is again coming from the right side. That is the location coming from the right side first, but it gives you the index number from the left itself. Now what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to find the RIndex from a word, or from the sentence where I've excluded the last 5 out of it. That's the reason I've written on -5. So the sentence which is left is it is a beautiful day, and day has been dot and a space has been removed. And when we try to find a day into it, it is not found, so that's the reason it gives you an error. Moving to the next one, which is replace. So in replace, what we are trying to do is we are trying to replace one character with the other. So what I've tried to show you is that I'm creating an I in the lowercase to the I in uppercase. And in the second example, I have said that we'll be replacing I with the capital I, but I'll be only replacing it twice. So and then I'm saying that I'll be just replacing it twice. And in the third example, I'm replacing is with an was. So we can replace a character, or we can even replace a string. That's what I'm trying to show here. So that's what we see. If I replace I with the I, it is a beautiful day. So you see I in is and beautiful I has both become capital. Whereas in the second case, this replaces the first two lowercase I So I'm sorry, in the previous example, if you see it, it replaces the three eyes, which is it is beautiful. So these three eyes, which are in it is and beautiful, are replaced. Whereas in the second, where I've mentioned number two here, to say that it should only replace two in count, so it's just replace it and is I, but did not replace the one and the beautiful. And then in the replace, it replaces is with all was, and the sentence become it was a beautiful day. The next example I'm showing you is count, which returns the number of characters. So what I'm saying is, let's find out how many eyes do I have in that word. And then the second is start. So I put in the position 3 from where it should start in the string for counting it, and then I'm writing down I to 10. So if you see here, the number of i's in string is 3, but when I said it should start from 3, so it has already left I, it, and a space there. So that's the reason it is giving you I, which is there in is and beautiful. So that's the reason it is giving you 2. And then when I said that it should go till 10, so it should go from third character to 13th in that range. And if we find out that we only find one I there. Similarly, you can write down the it's just not for characters, you can write down the string there as well to find out. Then the next thing we are doing is our find and find. So find would be finding anything which is from the left side, our find would be finding it from the right side. So in the first example, we are taking the same string, which is my str, and we are trying to find I from the left side, and then R find from the right side. So if you see here, it gives you 0 and 13, the first either. And then what I'm doing is after the first three characters. So here I've written down after the first three characters, so I3, and then from 0 to 13. So 0 after 0 characters from left until 13 of string. So we are doing that as well, and we found out that it is 3. So it is starting from the 0, and from the left, it will be going till 13th. So till 13th, we find out 3 eyes there. So it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. But it is starting from 0, so 0 to 13 would end at I. The next one is, so here we have seen the example of both R find and find. The next one that I wanted to talk about is strip. Strip is for removing the spaces uh, from which are leading and trailing. So even not the spaces, but you can write down the characters. So in this example, I have I'm trying to just get the length of the characters. In the next one, I'm just trying to put in these values F, G, R, T, I, and the double quotes and a comma. So it will replace all of them to finally give us the characters without any special characters there. So you can see there that that's what we got. It removed these double quotes, it removed the comma, it removed the F, G, R, T, I. Again, on the second thought, it should not have removed the, there were no double quotes in the string, so I think that can be excluded because that is the complete string. These double quotes are only for expressing that it is a string. So we can exclude that and it will give us the same results. So I can very quickly do that. So here I have to put in the double quotes, and here okay, what I'm trying to show you is the format of the strip method, and that is the reason you see it coming in the double quotes, and that's what exactly we are placing in there. So it will not be replacing the double quotes, but it will be replacing comma, F, G, R, T, I, and that's what we are doing here. Then the R strip, again, it will be doing the similar kind of a thing as strip, but it will not be stripping anything from the left side. It will be doing it from on the right side. So when I put in the same method for R strip, we see that it did not replace anything on the left side, and it removed the items on the right. The next is adjust. So what we have to do is we are planning to do a left adjustment. So this is a character which is or new string that I've taken in my str5, and then I'm trying to find the length of it. And then what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to put in a method with adjust4. Now what will happen is if I put in 4, adjust, after adjustment, consider that it should have, if the character is having these spaces, it will shrink it to the number of characters that you have mentioned there. But if it has the character which is even more than what you have mentioned, then it will not do anything there. So in the first part of the method where I'm putting in L just4, it will not change anything in the string because it cannot increase the length of the string. For 4, it will have to reduce it, and it will not do the reduction for you. Similarly, if I take it to the next one, which is 59, that will increase the size of the string to 59, and put in spaces on the left side. And if you put in C, it will be putting in C on the left side and creating that space as 59. So you can see these are the examples. So here we are seeing one example, and then when we put in L just 59, we see that the character C is being added and it has been increased to 59. So that is what it has done. It has adjusted it to the left side and placed in the C on the right side of the string. And similarly, when I put in the R just, it does the same thing for 59C. It put in the C's on the left side of the string to completely cover it. And if I try to do the similar kind of a thing where my number of characters is more than what size I'm trying to make to that string, for example 4, that will not do anything, and it will show you the exact same string. If you see here, even after applying 4, it still has the length of 26 and the string is the same. Going to the next one, which is R split. So this is going to split the characters or the words, and then what you can do is you can put in a separator, and then you can put in the maximum count of the splits. So here I'm saying that it should split R split, so it should split it. In the second example, I'm saying that it should split on the alphabet O, and in the second one I'm saying it should only split it once, so R split would be doing that. So in the first example, it splits the lazy brown fox on the basis of the spaces, and then you see the lazy brown fox split 0, or in fact not 0 here but O. It splits it on the basis of O, and that's the reason you see the lazy BR, OW and F and X. And when you say it should only split it once, sorry, I think there is a typo there, so I'll rectify it. So if I put in comma 1, as in I placed in here, so it will only split it once rather than splitting it twice. So that's the reason you see going the one part of it going till F, and then you seeing the X in the next one. So that's where I want to conclude today. And in the last and the final video, I'll be working on the remaining methods, which are 23 to 30, and we'll try to cover it in the next class. So thanks and good day. Bye bye from me now.